This is Cinematography for Actors. Today we are live on location at the Broadwater Theater Complex in Hollywood for We Make Movies International Film Festival as the official podcast partner. These shorter special episodes are with selected filmmakers. You can also catch all of the interviews you may have missed on our YouTube channel and your preferred podcast platform. I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, BandPro Film and Digital, Roscoe Laboratories, DD Microphones, and Blackmagic Design. Thanks for being here. Whether you are a talent or crew, finding the technical solutions to your problems is hard, and what's even harder is knowing where to go. So, we have a tip for anyone listening, and that's to head over to our sponsor, BandPro. Whether you're looking for high-end cameras and lenses or looking for guidance on what's needed to start your equipment journey, BandPro has the gear and the team that you need to thrive. They are, fun fact, the exclusive representative of Ingenue's complete cinema line for all of North and South America. But the thing I love most is how fantastic their customer support is. Not only do they have a great team to answer any product questions you might have, but they also have a talented team of in-house technicians that you can actually talk to get your equipment back up and running. So visit bandpro.com or meet them in person and make sure to say hi from us. Hi, it's Haley from Cinematography for Actors. This is a special episode, another one today, from the We Make Movies International Film Festival from the Broadwater Theater Complex in Hollywood. And I am seated here with a couple of New Yorkers, Carly Wilkins, hello.
Hello.
And Kristin Papadopoulos. Hi. They came all the way from New York to show us it's a pilot, isn't it?
It's a pilot.
For their series, Yellow Lines. Tell us about it, guys.
Sure. Yeah. So our series is we play the two main characters, Quinn and Nik, and it's about them. They're two best friends, roommates living together in New York City, and just kind of the trials and tribulations that they go through as one does in their 20s, and life events and lots of craziness happens to them, but it all is centered around how much they love and take care of each other as friends, but then stuff hits the fan, and how they manage that, and especially my character maybe not so well manages that. And the whole series takes place in 1 week, so a Friday to a Friday.
Right. Okay.
And every day is kind of the pilot. There's a lot of stuff to untangle from that, so it's the week follows how they kind of manage from there.
So you shot this on a very low budget. And one thing that I thought was incredible when I watched it was there are a lot of restaurants in this single episode of a very low budget project. How did you do that?
We're not quite sure still. So the pilot has a lot of restaurants, and then the rest of the season one has a lot of restaurants too. But for the pilot, we were looking at a bunch of different actual restaurants to shoot in, and with a very, very, very low budget of my and Carly's personal pockets, we decided to get I guess it was a studio co-working space, something like that, and that had an outdoor area and that had an indoor area, and the outdoor area was pretty beautiful. It had twinkle lights, and we just really set up tables with little centerpieces. The inside area had this gaudy wallpaper of New York City.
Okay.
And it was very thin, and we had to make that a restaurant and have it look different, completely different, but it was the same building essentially. So we put up this brick fake wallpaper we hung on clothespins.
And our makeup artist literally said hey, I have this faux brick wallpaper, do you want me to bring it? And we're yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. And we didn't get into the space before really to even plan anything about how we would do the scene that my character's in.
Okay, wait. You didn't get to scout it at all? You had to go in on shoot day and set it up and be well, this is this.
We saw it, but we didn't get to set it up in advance because people were using it as a place of work. So we had to get all the desks out of the room and into a hallway, and then there were 2 tables that we had, but we like fudged it in a really creative way. Like we put Kristin and her partner in the middle of the room, essentially the middle of the room that we created.
Right.
And when we were shooting one way, we put the table behind them there. And then when we turned the camera around, we moved that table over there. So there were 3 tables.
Yeah.
All right.
And like we saw it, but we didn't know what the heck we were gonna do when we got there. Like when we actually were about to set up, like how do we do this? And that front entrance for like background to come in later on, because it's like a 10-hour, 12-hour shoot, was where my restaurant was. So we had to like black out all those windows and like have people text the PAs because there was no way for them to get around to the back. So we had to like pause and have people come through. I could touch the wall from where I was sitting in the pilot. I could touch both walls with my hands, and I'm a very short person. My wingspan is not large.
It was tiny. Yeah.
So did you guys shoot it yourselves, or did you have a DP who was helping you with these decisions to make it like look
we
a
had a
certain
DP
way?
and a director.
Okay, great.
So that was wonderful. They were both incredibly helpful.
We were like, we are not producing, acting, and directing in this thing.
Right.
Like, no, we cannot do. That's too many hats.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta hire people you trust, work with your buddies, and like just don't kill yourself while you're trying to do something like that. Yeah. What is like your favorite thing that you've learned while you were doing this?
From the pilot? I think one of the biggest lessons that I took away from it, and it was a game time decision in the moment, is we only scheduled 2 days to film the pilot. And we had to put our producer hats on after the first day and make a game time decision of extending to another day, which was going to be a month later, because just to get everyone together. Thankfully, we were filming at my apartment, so I already pay rent, and we didn't have to, pay another thing. But it was just something that we thought we set out well, but it's a learning experience, and we got together and we, I don't know, put like our producer and mom hats on almost, like very professional about it, grabbed our crew together and we're like, it's okay, we can do this another day. Like, this is the beauty of living in the moment, kind of like going by the seat of our pants, learning, and
Yeah. I think that day also, like what ended up running us behind was the first scene of the pilot is shot with us getting ready, and it's actually shot like through the mirror. And so angling that out just took like way longer than was anticipated, because all of it was shot through the mirror. Like everything you see of us is basically like they're behind Kristin shooting into the mirror, and then I pop in and out of the room, and you can kind of see it all in the mirror. So it was a tricky one to line up.
And I was sitting and she was standing, and it was just like,
So more time for shooting through mirrors.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, I think the importance of assembling a really awesome crew, like they really just kind of had our backs. And we actually this summer filmed the entire first season, and we brought back almost entirely the same crew that we had for the pilot a year prior, because we just knew we could count on them. And
So there is more.
There's more. And something that's so great about our crew is that they feel like it's a learning experience too. When they're on there, like they all have been involved in the industry and have all been involved in their jobs. Like they do that full-time or part-time, but it's just like, it's still a learning experience, shooting short form and in wacky places.
All learning. That is so fantastic. Well, we have to wrap this up. But I wanted to congratulate you for just doing. I mean, it's hard. It is hard. Short film. You said you're paying out of your own pockets, which is
for the pilot. We got funding for the rest of the season.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, that's exciting.
Fantastic. So exciting. Thank you so much for sitting with me, Carly Wilkins, Kristin Papadopoulos from We Make Movies New York City. With their pilot Yellow Lines. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this interview. As a thank you, CFA has partnered with We Make Movies to get you discounted production management services, including production insurance. For that, go to wemakemovies.org/insurance and enter code CFA23 in the intake form to get 10% off your quote. Also, we have partnered with We Audition to get you a 25% discount on your membership. Join We Audition at weaudition.com and use CFA25. Make sure you're following the CFA podcast wherever you listen to stay up to date on discounts, events, and new episodes. Thanks for joining us.